It's been a while. Saturation. The world has a problem with it at the moment. Have you seen the number of graphics cards and NVIDIA's released recently? What's it, the 4070 Super, the 40... all this rubbish, right? Supers, TIs, whatever. The world has a problem with saturation, and at the moment, I have a problem with saturation. I've actually just looked back at the channel. I made a video about this over 7 years ago now, where I was just saying, like, yeah, I'm making too many videos. And to be fair, I wasn't making that many videos and I wasn't being paid. So I didn't have to worry about rent, council tax and all that nonsense, which I do now. But look, cut long story short, TLDR right at the start of the video. There's going to be a change on this channel, something quite drastic. For everyone else who wants to hear about that, will continue. Otherwise, that's your TLDR. You can F off now. I don't have a teleprompter on, which I will usually have on, but I have notes, so I'm going to use those. Saturation, I think, is ruining my creativity. Now, I'm a video creator by trade. I was a repair technician for a couple of years, 2.5 years, and I've now been working for Android Police for going 6-7 months full time. So I make videos. I make a lot of videos. I make over 30 videos a month. Granted, most of those are shorts or reels or TikToks, whatever, but the process is very similar to making a full video. You still have to script it, film it, or otherwise do voiceover, edit it, upload it, get a thumbnail for Instagram that specifically likes thumbnails. I do a lot, and that's fine, except I was also doing a lot of the stuff for my channel as well. I say a lot of stuff, one video a week really doesn't take much, but there we go. And I think it's just getting a bit too much. I'm not necessarily burnt out. I don't feel like I'm in a deep depression. I don't, nothing to do with that. But I did have a bit of a realization and an epiphany the other day. I made this video, which went up on Flat 4K, which is a channel that I run with a friend of mine. And I really thoroughly enjoyed making that video. Like more than I have made another video in, years. I mean, 5+ years. I really enjoyed making this video. And I put it up and I was proud of it. It didn't do crazy views. In fact, it did pretty rubbish views, in all honesty. But I don't care because I'm so proud of that video. It was really fun to make. Every step of the process, I loved it. And that got me thinking, if I'm not tired of making videos, what am I tired of doing? Because something about the process of making a review video is just not how it used to be for me. And I think that's just it, review videos. I do a lot of that for Android Police, and I'm fine doing that for Android Police because usually I only really do one of those every week. I usually upload 4 main channel videos a month on there, and the thing is, on my channel, I'm also doing reviews. Sure, it's not of phones, it's not as in-depth, I don't go into as much analytical sort of storytelling as I do with Android Police, but on my channel, it's still reviews. And to be quite honest, I'm kind of tired of it. And the tens of you who've been watching me for all these years, who've been watching the channel for 10 years, know that I've been doing phone reviews for ages. And I thought a little while ago, about a year ago, on this channel, what if I switch to audio? Will that make the process easier for me? Will it make the whole thing, will it, give me some inspiration? Will it improve my creativity? And for a little while it did, because it was something fresh, it was novel, it was new. But I just don't think it's actually fixed it. I don't learn anymore. And what I mean by that is not that I absolutely know everything there is to know about video making. In fact, quite the opposite. It's that I haven't looked up how to do something in a long time. We're talking 5+ years. I haven't looked up how to do a certain editing technique or how to use a camera in a certain way. I haven't gone out to try and learn something new. I haven't tried to innovate, as much as that word really is cringe at this point. And that's a problem because I used to love doing that. I used to do it all the time. When I was new, when I was fresh, when I was green, I didn't really know anything. So I was looking up and trying to learn how to do everything. These days, not so much, because I make the same kind of content, and I have been for years now. It's very simple. I sit in front of a camera, now with a teleprompter, thanks to a couple of colleagues. I sit down, I do my video, I shoot very basic B-roll to go alongside, usually here in the office, or maybe sometimes in other parts of the house, sometimes in the garden, but really it's not that much. And then it's a very simple drag and drop on top with a base layer of, what would you call it, like no copyright music, like background lo-fi kind of thing. And that's it. That's the entire process of the video. And that's absolutely fine for Android Police because I can go into more detail, I have more time, I'm being paid to do it, so I'm able to be a bit more analytical, and that's great. And I come out with probably my best stuff on Android Police. But it's work, isn't it? It's what I associate with the 9 to 5. I do set myself 9 to 5 hours. This channel was always meant to be something where I was learning and creating and doing something cool, like making something that I was proud of, like that flat 4K video. And since I haven't done that in such a while, I think I want to start pivoting towards that. I have products coming out my ears, and it's a lot of the time for Android police, which is fine. I need to create a storage solution for that because it is really getting overrun. But I do have a lot of IEMs and audio stuff laying around that I really need to get to reviewing. And I have promised a couple of outlets that I would review some of their stuff. Never said to give them a good word. All these reviews are genuine and some of them are negative. But I do want to, they helped me, so I'm going to help them. I'm going to post these reviews. I'll put their links to their stores in the description. But at the end of the day, there's about 6, maybe 7 pieces of content that I need to do. I'm going to make those. I'm going to upload them. I'm going to upload them at my pace. I'm not going to do one a week. And after that, I think I'm just going to do whatever I feel like doing. YouTube used to reward just constant uploading. I mean, for years, I really did do 2 or 3 uploads a week on this channel. And YouTube rewarded me for it. I saw the numbers going up. But I can do however many videos I want in a week, and it didn't make a difference now. I think the YouTube algorithm has also changed to prioritize very, very high quality content over lots of content, because over the years we've had more creators come on board, and now there's probably millions of channels out there trying to make something of themselves. Very small selection do, and you end up with a lot of rubbish on the site. I like the idea of making content that is a bit cinematic in some way, or another piece of content that's very research driven, and maybe I'll go out to the field and shoot something. I like the idea of making something small, a nice bite-sized piece of content. I put up the IEM reviews because, in my opinion, the whole value of that is someone's looking for an IEM. Maybe they can check out my recommendation or not recommendation, and they get an insight into it. But with the amount of people making reviews on those things now, if I was to just drop out of the scene, I don't think it will make a huge difference. But bite-sized pieces of content like, say, 2 to 3 minutes, where I'm really condensing either the information or I'm just making something a bit cinematic with a bit of feeling to it. I used to do this all the time. Well, maybe not all the time, but very often compared to now, where I'd go out and I'd research something, or I'd make a video on a topic, an editorial. I don't do that these days, or at least I don't do it for this channel. And if I want to go out and make a 50, 60 minute documentary, I'm just going to go and do it. It might take me 3 months. You won't see an upload for 3 months, but it's going to be something that I'm proud of.